1 molar. If it is a gas, what was the partial pressure of the gas? 1 bar. Fine. But if you are asked to calculate the cell potential, if you are asked to calculate the cell potential under non-standard condition, then will we be able to apply this formula? No, we won't be able to apply this formula. So in order to calculate the cell potential under non-standard condition, okay, we need the help of another formula. We need the help of another equation. And that equation is known as a Nernst equation. That equation is known as a Nernst equation. So with the help of this Nernst equation, we shall calculate the cell potential under non-standard condition. Okay, under non-standard conditions. Okay. So let us consider uh, electrode reaction. Let us consider electrode reaction. Okay, so please try to understand this, right? So we are not considering a full redox reaction out here. We are not taking into consideration the full redox reaction. Rather, we are just considering a electrode reaction, the reaction which takes place at a particular electrode. Okay, either at the cathode or at the anode. So here I'll be, since we are dealing with the reduction potential, so I'll consider the electrode reaction which occurs at the cathode. Okay. So let us consider an electrode reaction. So the electrode reaction is going to be, say, we have Mn positive plus it gains n number of electron, itself gets converted to M. Itself gets converted to M. So there's a general redox reaction. Sorry, there's a general electrode reaction. Redox reaction means where oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Here I'm just showing the reduction part. So that's why I'm writing a electrode reaction. This is not a redox reaction, right? So what will be the Nernst equation for such electrode reaction? How do we write down the Nernst equation? So Nernst equation will be E, fine. What is getting reduced to what? Mn positive is getting reduced to M. This will be equal to E naught Mn positive oblique M. This is the standard reduction potential. Okay, this is the standard reduction potential minus 2.303 RT by NF log, fine, log concentration of the species in the product divided by concentration of species in the reactant. This. So this is the Nernst equation for a general electrode reaction. So what is R? R is a universal gas constant. And here, remember, the value of R taken is that of energy 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. This is the value of R. And here, T again will assume temperature to be again 298 Kelvin. We'll again assume the temperature to be 298 Kelvin out. Fine. So the temperature is again assumed to be 298 Kelvin out. Okay. So temperature is 298 Kelvin. So what is N? N is the number of electrons which are involved. For example, in this general reaction, how many electrons are involved? The number of electrons involved is N. So N is the number of electrons involved. Okay, and F is known as your Faraday, where 1 Faraday is equal to 96500 Coulomb. Where 1 Faraday is equal to 96500 Coulomb. So if I substitute the value of R, T, and F, okay, so let me substitute the value of R, T, and F. So I'll be getting E, Mn positive oblique M. So remember, I don't have any naught sign out here, right? So this is the cell potential. This is the standard cell potential is equal to E naught Mn positive oblique M. So if I substitute down all the values, so the final value will be 0.0591 by F, sorry, by N log M divided by Mn positive. Fine. So this is the Nernst equation for an electrode reaction. This is the Nernst equation for an electrode reaction. Okay, so this is going to be the Nernst equation for this electrode reaction. So if we have gases out here, so instead of if you have gases out here, so instead of concentration, I'll mention the partial pressure. I'll mention the partial pressure. So this is how we write down the Nernst equation. Okay, so this is the Nernst equation. Again, remember, this is the Nernst equation we are discussing for a electrode reaction, not a redox reaction. Eh? This is the Nernst equation which we are discussing for a electrode reaction, not a redox reaction. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Now, let us give it a try. Okay, so let us give it a try for a hydrogen electrode. Okay, for a hydrogen electrode. So if you wish to, you can just eliminate this one. So you can just keep it as 0.059. Okay. Okay, now I will apply this Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. I will apply this Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. Okay, so listen carefully. Okay. So now let us apply this Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. Okay, we are applying this Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. Okay. So let us consider a hydrogen electrode. Let us consider a hydrogen electrode. So yes, Pratik, you tell me, when the hydrogen electrode undergoes reduction, what is going to be the reaction? When the hydrogen electrode undergoes reduction, what is going to be the reaction? So when the hydrogen electrode, okay, you can switch off your audio, you can mute your audio, you can mute your audio. So when a hydrogen electrode undergoes reduction, the reaction is going to be, we have H positive ions. We have done this in the earlier class, right? Plus it undergoes reduction means it gains an electron like this. Fine. As it gains an electron, it gets converted into hydrogen gas like this. So it can be written in this way, or okay, else if you multiply throughout by 2, this can also be written as, it can also be written in this form. It can also be written in this form. Okay, so this is the electrode reaction for a hydrogen electrode. This is the electrode reaction which occurs at the standard hydrogen electrode. Fine, we have already learned this. Now, what is going to be the Nernst equation for this? How am I going to write down the Nernst equation? Okay, so the Nernst equation is going to be E. What is undergoing reduction to what? H positive ion is undergoing reduction to H2. H positive ion is undergoing reduction to H2 is equal to E naught H positive oblique H2 minus 0.059 divided by how many electrons are involved in this case? Here the value of N is going to be 2. Since 2 electrons are involved out here. So divided by 2 log, as I told you before, since we have a gas out here. For gas, what do we express? We don't write the concentration, rather we measure the partial pressure of hydrogen like this. Partial pressure of hydrogen. So in the reactant side, what do you have? I have H positive ion, how many? 2. So I'm going to write down H positive ion to the power 2. H positive ion to the power 2. Okay, and from a previous discussion, what is the standard reduction potential for hydrogen electrode? What is going to be the value of this? What is the standard?
0.
It's 0. It's going to be 0. So we can write it E H positive oblique H2 will be equal to this 0. So it will be minus 0.059 divided by 2. Now I apply the formula log A by B is equal to log A minus B. So it will be log partial pressure of hydrogen minus log H positive to the power 2 like this. Fine. Now again I can modify this log a to the power x. So I can write this as minus 2 log h positive ion. Minus 2 log h positive ion. Okay, minus 2 log h positive ion. And remember what is your pH? What is the formula of pH? pH was equal to minus log of H positive ion. The formula of pH was minus log of H positive ion. So instead of this minus log H positive ion, instead of this minus log H positive ion, you can add on pH out here. So some problems related to pH might come out here. Don't get confused, right? Since in the hydrogen electrode, we have this part minus log H positive ion, this can be substituted with your pH value. So no need to remember all these things. Okay, I'm just showing you how we can express this in terms of your Nernst equation. Bas. No need to memorize any of this. Okay, so let us see one or two questions. Okay, so let us see questions. Okay, related to your pH. That will be okay. So just write down. So write down numerical. Calculate the electrode potential. Okay, calculate the electrode potential. Calculate the electrode potential. Calculate the electrode potential. Calculate the electrode potential of hydrogen electrode of hydrogen electrode in contact with the solution in contact with solution whose pH equals to 10. Okay, so forget about all this. No need to memorize anything out here. Right? Don't memorize these things. Okay, no need to memorize this formula. So we'll derive the formula right now. It will take 30 seconds. Okay, so no need to memorize. So here it's mentioned of hydrogen electrode, and we know for a hydrogen electrode, okay, what is the electrode reaction taking place at a hydrogen electrode? The electrode reaction is H positive, it gains an electron, it gets converted into H2. And if you want to balance this, I can write down half out here or just 2H positive. Okay, so answer will be same. No need to worry. Now what will be the Nernst equation for this? E H positive oblique H2. This is going to be again standard reduction potential of hydrogen electrode whose value is equal to again 0 minus 0.059 divided by, now I'll take one electron. If you multiply by 2, okay, you take 2 electrons, but now I'll take 1 electron. 1 log partial pressure of hydrogen. So what is in the coefficient? Half. So this half will be raised to the power divided by concentration of H positive ion. So you are supposed to calculate this value, electrode potential of hydrogen electrode. Fine. So E H positive oblique H2. So what is the value of this? Again 0 minus 0.059. So this will be half log partial pressure of hydrogen. Okay, minus log H positive ion. So this is the thing. Okay, so from the formula we can easily derive this Nernst equation. It's so easy. We don't need to memorize. If you memorize, then you will get confused. You will forget this in the exam. So don't memorize these things. Fine. Now, is anything mentioned about the partial pressure of hydrogen out here? Is anything mentioned about the partial pressure of hydrogen? I don't think so. I don't see anything related to the partial pressure, but I know when we discuss hydrogen electrode, when we discussed hydrogen standard hydrogen electrode, then what did I say? I said that hydrogen gas is bubbled at a pressure of 1 bar. In standard hydrogen electrode, hydrogen gas is bubbled at the pressure of 1 bar. The partial pressure of hydrogen is going to be 1 bar. The partial pressure of hydrogen is going to be 1 bar. Fine. So EH positive oblique H2 is equal to minus 0.059. So what is the value of partial pressure of hydrogen? 1. So log 1 is equal to 0. Log 1 is equal to 0. Fine. So this will be 0. Minus log H positive means what? Minus log H positive means this is equal to the pH. So 0 minus log H positive, and the value of minus log H positive is equal to the pH. Minus log H positive ion means here pH. So what is the value of pH given? The pH is equal to 10. So minus 0.059 into 10. So what is the electrode potential then? So my answer is going to be minus 0.59 volt. Okay, so whenever we discuss Nernst equation related to a hydrogen electrode, some problems related to pH might come. Since in the equation we have minus log H positive ion, which is equal to the pH, Fine. So this type of problems are very, very, very common. This type of problems are very common. So this is the Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. Okay, so this is the Nernst equation for a hydrogen electrode. So let us see one more problem. Okay. So I think this problem is understood now. Okay. So next problem, calculate the reduction potential for the following electrode. Calculate the reduction potential for the following electrode. Okay, so what is the electrode given out here? So platinum. Okay, now chlorine, it's given 1.5 bar. Chlorine 1.5 bar, means partial pressure of chlorine, oblique to chloride ion. Okay, concentration is 0.01 molar. Concentration is 0.01 molar. And given it's given out here the standard reduction potential of this is equal to 1.36 volt. The value of this is equal to 1.36 volt. This is equal to 1.36 volt. So what are you supposed to calculate now? You are supposed to calculate the reduction potential for this particular electrode. Okay. So now let us apply again Nernst equation. So in order to apply Nernst equation, first we need to know the electrode reaction. So what will be the electrode reaction now? Okay, the electrode reaction, chlorine getting reduced to chloride ion. Okay, so electrode reaction is going to be chlorine getting reduced to 2 chloride ion. So how many electrons must be gained? So there are 2 negative charges. So it must gain how many electrons? It must gain 2 electrons like this. So this will be the electrode reaction. Chlorine undergoing reduction to chloride ion. Okay, so Nernst equation will be E chlorine oblique chloride ion. This will be equal to E naught chlorine oblique chloride ion. So I can write down 2 chloride ion or just chloride ion out here. It's given 2 chloride ion. Okay, so I can just write down chloride ion out here. Minus 0.059. So how many electrons are involved out here? In this case, the number of electrons involved are 2. The number of electrons involved are 2. Log Concentration of product, we have chlorine like this, to the power 2, chlorine to the power 2 divided by, we have chlorine gas, so it will be partial pressure of chlorine gas. It will be partial pressure of chlorine gas. Since chlorine is a gas, divided by, not concentration, partial pressure of chlorine gas. Chlorine, so concentration of chlorine, this coefficient is going to be raised to the power. So E Cl2 oblique Cl negative. So what is the value of this standard reduction potential? It's 1.36 minus 0.059 divided by 2. Fine. Log, again I'll write down the same formula, log A plus log B. Fine. Minus log partial pressure of chlorine. I'm going to apply this simple formula. Okay, now substitute the values. Now it's solved. So 1.36 minus 0.059 divided by 2. So it will be 2 log. What is the concentration of chlorine? The concentration of chlorine is 10 to the power minus 2. 0.01 means 10 to the power minus 2. Minus log. What is the partial pressure of chlorine? It is 1.5. Okay, so you need to solve this now. You need to solve this. So if you solve this, 2 will get cancelled. Log 10 over minus 2 means minus 2 log 10. That means the value of this will be minus 2. After this gets cancelled. So log 1.5 value, the value of log 1.5. Okay, so you calculate the value of log 1.5, or it will be given during the exam. Okay, you calculate the value of log 1.5, then you will get the answer like this. So the concept needs to be understood out here. So for a electrode reaction, for a reaction taking place at a particular electrode, Nernst equation is expressed in this way. Nernst equation can be expressed in this way. Okay, so till now we are discussing Nernst equation for a reaction taking place at an electrode. Okay, taking place in an electrode. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, this is the Nernst equation for a reaction taking place at an electrode. Now we shall consider the Nernst equation for a redox reaction, for a full redox reaction. What is going to be the Nernst equation? How do we write down the Nernst equation for a redox reaction? Okay. Now see. So let us consider a redox reaction now. So let us consider a redox reaction. Redox reaction means a reaction where both oxidation and reduction takes place. Okay, a reaction where both oxidation and reduction takes place. Okay. Now, involving transference of how many electrons? Say suppose n electrons again. So we are considering a redox reaction where n number of electrons are transferred. Okay, where n number of electrons are transferred. So let the redox reaction can be written in this way. Let it be represented plus B gives you this. So during this redox reaction, n number of electrons are involved. So how are we going to write down the Nernst equation? E cell is going to be equal to E naught cell. Now remember, this is not an electrode reaction. This is a redox reaction. Here both oxidation and reduction is taking place. So how do you calculate this E naught cell now? Again the same formula. E naught cell for a redox reaction is equal to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. We will be applying this formula to calculate E naught cell. Minus 0.0591. So how many electrons are involved out here? N number of electrons are involved. So we have log concentration of product. The coefficients will be raised to the power. The coefficients will be raised to the power. and the coefficients are going to be raised to the power 9. So this is the Nernst equation for a general redox reaction. So in a class 11, okay, for a reversible reaction, what does this represent? The concentration of product by concentration of reactant. What does this represent?
The equilibrium constant.
Yes, at equilibrium, this represents the equilibrium constant. But when the reaction is not at equilibrium, we represent this by the letter Q, reaction quotient. Remember, the concentration of product by concentration of reactant when the reaction is not at equilibrium is represented by capital Q. But when the reaction attains equilibrium, then the concentration of product by concentration of reactant is represented by equilibrium constant. Okay. So yes, I can modify this equation as E cell will be equal to E naught cell minus 0.0591 divided by M. So this I can represent as log QC. So QC means is the ratio of concentration of product by concentration of reactant when the reaction is not at equilibrium. When the reaction is not at equilibrium. Okay. So just I'll continue from here. Now, as soon as the reaction attains equilibrium, at equilibrium, what will happen? The measurable properties will become constant. E cell will become equal to 0. E cell becomes equal to 0 at equilibrium. The cell potential will become equal to 0. Okay. So cell potential becomes equal to 0, and as soon as the reaction attains equilibrium, this QC will be replaced by KC. So this is the continuation of class 11 part. Okay. At equilibrium, QC is going to be replaced by KC. So at equilibrium, E cell value is going to be 0. This is going to be E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by N. Now I'm going to represent by log Kc, not Qc. At equilibrium, Qc will be replaced by Kc. So what is the relationship between equilibrium constant and a standard cell potential? Yes, now we can derive a relationship between a equilibrium constant and a standard cell potential. Now see. So E naught cell, finally E naught cell is equal to 0.059 by N log Kc. E naught cell equals to 0.059 divided by N log Kc. So this is the relationship between your equilibrium constant and standard cell potential. Okay, you need to remember this. So again, what I advise you is, again here, okay, out here, again, no need to remember the Nernst equation out here. Okay, so we'll just derive the Nernst equation from the cell reaction. We'll just derive the Nernst equation from the cell reaction. Okay. So just this part needs to be remembered. E naught cell equals to 0.059 divided by N number of electrons log Kc. Now, if we solve some problems, then this concept is going to be crystal clear. So let us solve some problems related to your NCERT. Let us again solve some problems related to your NCERT. Okay. Okay, fine. So write the Nernst equation and calculate EMF of the following cells. Write Nernst equation. Okay. All right. The Nernst equation and calculate EMF of following cells at 298 Kelvin. Write Nernst equation and calculate EMF of the following cells at 298 Kelvin. Okay. So number one, it's given like this: magnesium solid oblique magnesium dipositive, 0.001 molar, double vertical line, salt bridge, copper dipositive, 0.0001 molar of the copper, which is in the solid state. Okay. So cell notation is given out here. Cell notation is given. So from the cell notation first, we'll write down the Nernst equation. From the cell notation first, we'll write down the Nernst equation, and then we'll calculate the EMF of the following cells. Then we'll calculate the EMF. And don't worry, the standard reduction potential of the electrodes will be given. It will be supplied in your exam. Okay, because it's not possible to remember the standard reduction potential of all the electrodes. So what I advise you is, how do we proceed now? How do we write down the cell reaction? Now see, this is the left hand side. In the left hand side, what is represented? Anode. And this is the right hand side. At the right hand side, what is represented? The cathode. And we know at anode oxidation occurs. Magnesium is getting oxidized to magnesium dipositive. On the right hand side, that is on the cathode side, reduction occurs. Copper dipositive is getting reduced to copper. So before writing down the Nernst equation, okay, we should be able to write down the full cell reaction. Okay, what will be the full cell reaction? So in order to do that, let us first start with the reaction taking place at the anode. What will be the reaction taking place at the anode? Okay, anode mein kya hoga? Yes, oxidation occurs. What is getting oxidized to what? Here, magnesium is getting oxidized to magnesium dipositive. Magnesium is getting oxidized to magnesium dipositive by losing how many electrons? By losing 2 electrons like this. So what is the reaction taking place at the cathode? The reaction which takes place at the cathode is reduction. Reaction which takes place at the cathode is reduction. What is getting reduced to what? Copper dipositive is getting reduced to copper by gaining how many electrons? Again 2 electrons. Plus 2 charge, so it must gain 2 electrons. And when we add these two half reactions, you should make sure the number of electrons lost and the number of electrons gained should be equal. Yeah, it is equal to electron to equal to electron. It's not a problem out here. So we can cancel them like this. So what will be the full cell reaction? The full cell reaction is Mg plus copper dipositive gives us Mg dipositive plus copper. And remember here, 2 electrons are lost during oxidation, 2 electrons are gained during reduction. So the number of electrons involved are 2. 2 electrons which are lost by magnesium, those 2 electrons are gained by copper dipositive. So number of electrons involved is 2. So now how am I going to write down the Nernst equation for this? How will I write down the Nernst equation? Okay, so E cell will be equal to E naught cell. So again, how do we calculate this E naught cell? E naught cathode minus E naught anode. Okay, minus 0.059 divided by what is the value of N? 2. The number of electrons involved are 2. So log concentration of species of the product. Fine. Concentration of species of the reactant like this. Fine. So this is the Nernst equation for this cell reaction. For this cell reaction is the Nernst equation. Now again, okay, so I'm just going to rub up this. Okay, so I'm just going to rub up this. So what we had discussed back in class 11 is, whenever we write down the reaction quotient, okay, there we approximated that the concentration of pure solids are considered to be 1. The concentration of pure solids and pure liquids are considered to be 1. So out of this, what is a pure solid? Yes, copper is a pure solid. So we take into consideration the concentration of pure solids to be 1. It's a convention. Okay, the concentration of pure solids, we take it as 1 out here. Okay, so the reason had already been discussed in class 11, so I'm not going to go through it. So remember, whenever you see a pure solid, then in the expression, the concentration of pure solids, you'll put it as 1. So after you do this, what will be the Nernst equation then? E cell will be equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by N log concentration of just magnesium dipositive ion divided by concentration of copper dipositive ion. So the concentration of magnesium dipositive given, this concentration of copper dipositive is given. Okay, in the quotient itself, it will be given, in the quotient it will be given the standard reduction potential of magnesium. The standard reduction potential of magnesium, okay, the standard reduction potential of minus 2.37 volt, and we already know the value of standard reduction potential of copper. So it's plus 0.34 volt. So this will be given, don't worry about this part. Okay. So in order to write down the Nernst equation, so what do we need to know? We need to know how many electrons are involved. We need to know what are the species of the product, what are the species of the reactant. So, okay, before writing down the Nernst equation, you first write down the full cell reaction like this. So after you write down the full cell reaction, then you write down the Nernst equation. Okay. Now here, I'll try to clear one concept out here. Okay, fine. I'll come back to this particular point afterwards. Okay. So let me finish this. So now, how do you calculate E naught cell? What is the formula? E naught cell equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So what is the cathode? Right hand side, copper dipositive acts as a cathode. What is the anode? Left hand side, so magnesium dipositive acts as an anode. Or even if you compare the values, which one has a higher reduction potential value? Copper. So the one which has a higher reduction potential value means reduction occurs out here. Reduction occurs at the cathode. So this is as a cathode. So 0.34 minus of minus 2.37. So it will be 2.71 volt, I suppose. So minus will be plus. Okay, E naught cell will be this 2.71 volt. Okay, fine. Now we are in a position to calculate E cell. So E cell will be equal to E naught cell. Fine. So what is the value of E naught cell? Let me substitute 2.71 volt minus 0.059. So how many electrons are involved? 2. So again, you can approximate this to be 0.06. You can approximate this to be 0.06. Fine. Log, what is the concentration of magnesium dipositive? 0.001 means 10 to the power minus 3. What is the concentration of copper dipositive? 0.0001 means 10 to the power minus 4. Okay. So E cell is going to be 2.71 minus 0. If I consider this as 0.06, this will be 0.03 log 10. This is going to be log 10. Fine. Log 10 ka value 1. So this is going to be 2.68. So E cell is going to be 2.68 volt. 2.68 volt. So answer will be 2.68 volt. Okay. So this is how from the cell notation we write down the full cell reaction. From the full cell reaction, we write down the Nernst equation and we can calculate the values of cell potential in this way. Okay, we can calculate the values of cell potential in this way. I hope this part is understood. So remember, one question from this particular Nernst equation is going to be there in your board exam. Okay. Fine. So we wrote down the full cell reaction out here. Okay, we wrote down the full cell reaction out here. For this galvanic cell, Okay, we wrote down the full cell reaction. So the full cell reaction was again magnesium plus copper dipositive gives us magnesium dipositive plus copper. Okay, and cell notation was magnesium oblique magnesium dipositive. So I'm not writing down the concentration. Copper dipositive oblique copper. So this was the cell notation. Okay, so from the full cell reaction, we wrote down this Nernst equation. Now see, this magnesium dipositive, this is the species which is present at which compartment? This is the species which is present at the anode compartment. Here we have copper dipositive, so this is the species which is present at the cathode compartment. Fine, so we have magnesium dipositive which is present in the anode compartment. We have copper dipositive which is present at the cathode compartment. So we can also modify this Nernst equation in this way. So E cell is going to be equal to E naught cell minus 0.059 divided by N log concentration of species at the anode compartment. Concentration of species at the anode compartment divided by concentration of species at the cathode compartment. Fine, so it can be written in this way as well. So this is another way of representing the Nernst equation. Log concentration of species at the anode, concentration of species at the cathode compartment. Okay, so please copy this. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay, now see, this value is always a constant. E naught cell is a constant because the values of standard reduction potentials are constant. E naught cell is always a constant. Okay, so if I ask you, what happens if I increase the concentration of magnesium dipositive, or what happens if the concentration of anode compartment is increased? What will be the answer? What is the effect on cell potential if the concentration of species or ions at the anode compartment is increased? Yes, what would be your answer?
Sir, E cell decreases.
Okay, good. So what is the effect on E cell? Number one, if the concentration of ions in anode compartment, in anode compartment is increased. Okay, now see, if this increases, if this is increased, this as a whole is going to increase, this as a whole is going to increase because we are increasing the numerator. Now this value, E naught cell is a constant, E naught cell is a constant. The first term is a constant and the second term is increasing. First term ka value fixed hai and the second term is increasing means what will happen to E cell? The value of this is constant, this is increasing. Second term is increasing means therefore what will happen? E cell will decrease. E cell decreases. Okay, so obviously if the concentration of ions in the anode compartment is decreased, then if this is decreased, then if this decreases, this as a whole will decrease. If the numerator decreases, if this is decreased, this as a whole will decrease. First term is a constant. If the second term decreases, then E cell will increase like this. Okay, so if the concentration of ions in the anode is increased, E cell decreases. If the concentration of the ions in the anode is decreased, E cell will increase like this. Okay, so this type of questions are very important. Eh? So this has come so many times. So number two, if I say if the concentration of ions in cathode compartment is so decreased, I'll give you one random decrease. Yes, discuss now. If the denominator decreases, then what will happen to the fraction as a whole? If the denominator decreases, what will happen to this thing as a whole?
Increases.
Increase. This is a constant, this increases. ये constant है इसका value, ये increase हो रहा है. So what will happen to E cell then? What will happen to E cell then?
Decreases.
E cell decreases, again E cell is going to decrease. Fine. So देखो ये सब memorize करने जाओगे तो पागल हो जाओगे. I'm telling you. Okay, you'll turn mad if you try to remember, memorize all these things. So you have to solve this at the very moment. So you need to know this. You need to remember this. You need to know this. Okay, then we'll solve it logically like this. But don't memorize these things. Right? You'll go mad. I'm telling you. Now, if I say when the concentration of anode and cathode compartment are same, when the concentration of species at the anode and cathode is same, then what will happen? If the concentration of anode and cathode is same, if these are same, then this will get cancelled. If this gets cancelled, it will be log 1. Log 1 means 0. This whole thing will be equal to 0. Okay, so if concentration of anode compartment becomes equal to the concentration of ions in the cathode compartment, then what will happen? Yes. What is the result then? What is the outcome? What is the outcome then? This is equal to this means this whole thing will be equal to 0. This whole thing will be equal to 0. Log 1 will be equal to 0. So in this case here, E cell becomes equal to E naught cell. So one question, can E cell become equal to E naught cell? Can the cell potential be equal to the standard cell potential? Yes, the cell potential can become equal to the standard cell potential. When does this happen? This happens when the concentration of ions in the anode and cathode compartments are equal. So when the concentration of ions in the anode and cathode compartments are equal, then the cell potential becomes equal to the standard cell potential. The cell potential becomes equal to the standard cell potential. So I think these things are understood now. So we did one numericals related to your Nernst equation. So let me try a few more. Okay, और एक numerical try करते हैं हम लोग Nernst equation से ही. Okay. Okay, so the cell notation is given like this: Fe solid, Fe dipositive. Now the concentration of iron is given out to be 0.001. Then we have standard hydrogen electrode, H positive, whose concentration is again 1 molar. Okay, we have hydrogen gas at a pressure of 1 bar, and we have a platinum electrode. Okay, if you remember the diagram, yes, we had a platinum electrode on which hydrogen gas was absorbed. So this is the cell notation. Okay, so what are we supposed to do again? We are supposed to write down the Nernst equation, and from the Nernst equation we'll calculate the cell potential again. So first let us write down the Nernst equation. Okay, so this is the anode again. Left hand side, this is the anode. This is the anode compartment. Okay, and this is the cathode. This is the cathode. So why am I telling you to write down the full cell reaction? Why not straight away write down the Nernst equation? Because I know I have to write down the concentration of ions at the anode compartment divided by concentration of ions at the cathode compartment. Why I'm just skipping this? Okay, direct thing. Okay, so why we are writing the full cell reaction? Let me explain it. Now let us write down the reaction taking place at the anode compartment. So what happens at the anode? Oxidation. It's given out here iron. It's getting oxidized to Fe dipositive by losing 2 electron. So this is the reaction which takes place at the anode. So again we have the cathode. So what happens at the cathode? Reduction. What is getting reduced to what? H positive ion. It's gaining an electron. It's getting reduced to half H2. Now the number of electrons lost and gained are not same. Okay, or okay, so I'll represent in this way. So since they are not same, in order to make this equal, I need to multiply this by 2. I need to multiply this by 2 so that 2 electron will get cancelled. So Fe plus 2H positive gives us Fe di positive plus hydrogen. So the point out here is, why am I not applying this directly in the Nernst equation is, if I apply this directly in the Nernst equation, then it might happen that we can miss out this coefficients. Okay, because we don't know what is the coefficient out here. From the notation, we don't know what is the coefficient. So in order to, in order not to miss this coefficients out, my advice is, first you write down the full cell reaction. If you write down the full cell reaction, we will never miss out on the coefficients. Yes, if you miss this coefficient, then the entire numerical is going to be wrong. Because this coefficient will appear in the expression now. Now, what will be the Nernst equation? Now it's given out. Yeah, again, it's given. It should be given. E naught, the reduction potential of this iron. The reduction potential of this iron is going to be minus 0.44. Fine. So, and the reduction potential of hydrogen electrode, so we already know, is 0. So what is E naught cell? Again, E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So what behaves as a cathode? Hydrogen electrode. What behaves as an anode? Iron electrode. So cathode is hydrogen electrode 0 minus of 0.44. So E naught cell is going to be plus 0.44 volt like this. Okay, so I've calculated separately the value of E naught cell. So now what will be the Nernst equation for this? E cell will be equal to E naught cell minus 0.059. How many electrons are involved? 2 electrons are involved. 2 log concentration of iron into partial pressure of hydrogen gas divided by, what will be the concentration of iron? It's a pure solid, 1 divided by concentration of hydrogen ion to the power 2. Fine. The concentration of iron, which is a pure solid, is again assumed to be 1. This is an iron ion. Okay. So what is the value of E naught cell now? 0.44 minus 0.03. I'll assume this. Log, what is the concentration of iron? 10 to the power minus 3. What is the partial pressure of hydrogen? 1. It's given out a 1 bar. Even if it is not given, partial pressure of hydrogen will be 1. And here, what is the concentration of hydrogen ion? It's given out to be 1 molar. So it's going out to be 1 out. So this is going to be, okay, minus 3 log 10. That is going to be minus 3. Minus तुम्हारा plus होगा, plus 0.09. Okay, so the answer is going to be 53. So E cell is going to be 0.53 volt. Fine. So Nernst equation is done. Okay, and we also know this equation, which we calculated, which we derived from the Nernst equation. E naught cell equals to 0.059 divided by N log Kc. Okay, so this type of questions might also calculate the equilibrium constant. Okay, you are supposed to calculate the equilibrium constant. Okay, calculate the equilibrium constant. Okay. As for example, okay, first let me discuss that thing, then I'll come back to this. Now see, what is your Gibbs free energy? What is your Gibbs free energy change? This was there in your thermodynamics again. Okay, So what is this? It's a thermodynamic quantity. Okay, the Gibbs free energy change is a thermodynamic quantity whose decrease gives us the maximum amount of work which can be obtained from a system. Okay, so what Gibbs free energy, the decrease in Gibbs free energy, the decrease of Gibbs free energy, okay, gives us the maximum amount of work. It gives the maximum amount of work which can be obtained from a system. Okay, and remember, delta Z equals to minus NF E cell. Okay, and this, or I can write this as minus delta Z. I can write this as minus delta Z equals to NF E cell. So this is the minus delta G means it gives us the decrease in Gibbs free energy. So this decrease in Gibbs free energy, it gives us the maximum amount of work. This is equal to the maximum work. Okay? This is equal to the maximum work which can be obtained from a system. This is equal to the maximum work which is obtained from a system. Fine. So what is the relationship between delta Z and cell potential? Delta Z equals to minus NF E cell. How will you obtain this E cell? Yes, tell me. How will you obtain this E cell? How can you get this E cell? How can you get this E cell? Cell potential from Nernst equation, eh? From Nernst equation, okay? And similarly, your standard Gibbs free energy change, delta Z naught equals to minus NF E naught cell. So don't get confused out here. So if you are asked to calculate Gibbs free energy change, then you are supposed to calculate delta Z. Okay, if you are asked to calculate delta Z naught, then you are talking about standard Gibbs free energy change. This is equal to minus NF E naught cell. How will you calculate E naught cell again? E naught cathode minus E naught anode. E cell, how will you calculate? Nernst equation. Okay. So there is a difference, the delta Z and delta Z naught. So most of the times we will be asked to calculate delta Z naught, but delta Z and delta Z naught are not the same. Delta Z means your Gibbs free energy change. Okay, and delta Z naught means your Gibbs free energy change under standard condition. The formula will be E cell out here, E naught cell. Okay. So fine. So let me again once more rewrite the formula out here. So delta Z naught equals to minus NF E naught cell. Now we have discussed this. If E naught cell is positive, if E naught cell is positive, what can you say about the reaction then? Yes, the redox reaction is what? Feasible. The redox reaction will take place. Yes, we have discussed this. Now, if E naught cell is positive, if this quantity is positive, we have a minus sign out here. Positive into negative will be what? E naught cell, I've considered it to be positive. The value of this is positive. Positive quantity into negative will be negative. That means E naught cell positive means here delta Z naught should be negative. So E naught cell positive, delta Z naught negative, then the redox reaction is feasible. So in terms of delta Z, if the delta Z naught value is negative, then the redox reaction is possible. Now, if E naught cell is negative, so E naught cell negative means if the value of this is negative, negative into negative will be positive. So delta Z naught is going to be positive. And if the cell potential, if the standard cell potential is negative, then what will happen? The redox reaction is not possible. The redox reaction is not feasible. The redox reaction is not feasible. Fine. So in terms of Gibbs free energy. Okay. So E naught cell positive or delta Z negative, redox reaction feasible. E naught cell negative, delta Z naught positive, redox reaction not feasible. Okay, so now again from these two equations, so we know this equation, we know this equation, E naught cell equals to 0.059 n log Kc, there is no minus sign out here, delta Z naught equals to minus NF E naught cell. So let us substitute the value of E naught cell out here. Okay, let us substitute the value of E naught cell out here. So after substituting, what do we get? Delta Z naught will be equal to minus N F. What is E naught cell? What is E naught cell? 0.059 by N log Kc. So N will get cancelled. So therefore, delta Z naught will be equal to minus F into 0.059 log Kc. Fine. Again, from here we can establish a relationship between your delta Z naught and your equilibrium constant. So these type of questions are very common in your board level. Okay, so just you need to remember this equation. This equation it's too easy. And if you remember these two equations, yes, if you substitute the value of E naught cell, we can find out the relationship between delta Z naught and equilibrium constant in this. Okay, so here N is getting cancelled out here. Fine. Okay. So actually this concludes your topic on your Nernst equation and the parameters which are related to it. Okay, so let us just discuss one or two questions related to this equilibrium constant. Okay, so let us have a fair idea what type of questions, what type of numericals are going to come in your board exam level. Fine. Okay. Okay. So calculate the equilibrium constant. Calculate the equilibrium constant for the following reaction. For the following reaction at 298 Kelvin. Okay. So it's given reaction is given copper plus chlorine, equilibrium. Fine. So here we have E naught, copper dipositive oblique copper 0.34 and E naught, chlorine oblique chloride ion plus 1.36 volt. So you are supposed to calculate the equilibrium constant. Okay, so now the thing is that we should know which formula we should use out here. We should know which formula we should use out here. Okay, yes, someone please help me. Which is the formula we'll be using out here? You are supposed to calculate the equilibrium constant. We are supposed to calculate the equilibrium constant. So yes, kindly help me. Which formula are you supposed to use out here? So from here, we can easily calculate E naught cell. E naught cell again, same concept, E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So which one has a high reduction potential value? Chlorine. Okay, that means reduction occurs out here and reduction occurs at the cathode. So chloride and this chlorine will behave as a cathode and copper will behave as a anode. So what is the reduction potential value of this chlorine? 1.36 minus 0.34. This is equal to 1.02 volt. E naught cell equals to 1.02 volt. Once I know E naught cell, then I can easily relate this. So what is the equation now? E naught cell is equal to 0.059 divided by N, okay, log Kc, log Kc. Okay, so E naught cell is known 1.02, 0.059. Okay, hey, tell me what is the value of N out here? What is the value of N? What is the value of N? Yes.
2.
What is the value of 2? Why 2? Look out here. We have copper 0, copper chloride. Okay. What is the charge on copper? +2. So the change in oxidation number of copper is by how many units? 2 units. Okay. What is the oxidation number of free chlorine? 0. Cl2 means charge will be -2. Okay, so what is the change in oxidation number? 2 units means 2 electrons are involved. Okay, 2 electrons are involved. So in the value of N will be 2 log Kc. Now, yes, so this I can do as 0.03. So 1.02 is equal to 0.03 log Kc. Okay, so decimal cancelled. So 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12. So yes, Kc will be approximately equal to 10 to the power 34 like this. Kc will be equal to 10 to the power 34. So it can be solved in this way. Okay, so the direct problems are going to come like this. Okay, कोई issues नहीं होना चाहिए इसमें. Okay, so yes, this type of problems related to your equilibrium constant. So let us see. So 1 or 2 problems related to your Gibbs free energy. So write the cell formulation and calculate the standard cell potential and calculate the standard cell potential. Okay, so the cell reaction is given 2 chromium plus 3 cadmium dipositive will give you 2 chromium tripositive plus 3 cadmium. Also calculate delta Z naught. Also calculate delta Z naught. Okay, and this thing is given. The reduction potential value of chromium electrode is given out to be minus 0.74 volt. Reduction potential of cadmium. You try to do this on your own. Minus 0.40. And yes, the value of 1 Faraday is equal to 96500 coulomb hai. Okay, so 1 Faraday is equal to 96500 coulomb. So these are the data which are given. These are the data which are given. Now, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to write down the cell formulation. Cell formulation means cell notation. You are supposed to write down the cell notation and you are supposed to calculate the standard cell potential. Okay. So yes, what will be the cell notation? Left hand side, what do we write? Yes, come on, help me. Left hand side, what do we write down? प्रत्येक yes बोलो. Anode, anode, anode में क्या होगा?
Cr to Cr plus 3.
Oxidation. What is undergoing oxidation to what? देखो ना, what increase हो रहा है oxidation number 0 2 plus 3 chromium का increase हो रहा है, मतलब ये oxidize हो रहा है. So we can write down Cr oblique Cr plus 3 double vertical line. Right hand side में reduction. क्या किस में reduce हो रहा है? Cadmium dipositive reduce होके तुम्हारा cadmium बन रहा है. Cadmium dipositive is getting reduced to cadmium. यही तो है ना? First thing is done. So now how will you calculate E naught cell now? E naught cell again very वही चीज आ रहा है बार बार. E naught cathode minus E naught anode. E naught cathode minus E naught anode. So which one is a cathode here? Which one is a cathode out here? Cadmium dipositive, since इसका reduction potential value ज्यादा है इससे. So what is the value? Minus 0.40 minus of minus 0.74. Minus will be plus. Okay, so plus 0.74. This will be 0.34 volt. 3 marks ka, 1 marks for this, 1 marks for this. It's so easy. Dekho. So easy. Last time we are supposed to calculate delta Z naught. Delta Z naught equals to minus N F E naught cell. We know the value of F. We know the value of E naught cell. So the only thing we need to know out here is the number of electrons. How many electrons are involved in this particular reaction? How many electrons do you think are involved in this particular reaction? What is the value of N out here? What is the value of N? How many electrons are involved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many? Yes, please. Anishka, how many electrons are involved? बता दो. So there seems to be a confusion, right? We are not able to answer it. Yes? Does someone have the answer? Does someone have the answer? No. So there seems to be a slight confusion. Okay. So there seems to be a slight confusion. Now see, we'll remove the confusion now. The oxidation number of chromium, is changing by how many units? 0, 2 plus 3. So what is the value of N out here? How many electrons are involved out here? 3. 0, 2 plus 3 means 3 electrons are involved. Okay, the oxidation number of chromium is changing from +2 to 0 out here. It was +2 out here, it's becoming 0. So what is the value of N out here? The value of N equals to 2. So the number of electrons lost is equal to 3. The number of electrons gained during reduction is equal to 2. But we have been saying this, that during a redox reaction, the number of electrons lost during oxidation and the number of electrons gained during reduction should be same. How will you make this equal now? Suggest me. How are you going to make this equal? Number of electrons lost 3A, number of electrons gained 2A. How are you going to make this equal now? Yes? So I'll make this equal by multiplying this by 3. I'll multiply this by 2. Now it becomes equal. 3 2s are 6. 3 2s are 6. So during this redox reaction, yes, the number of electrons involved is 6. Okay, so you need to find out in this way. Because here, see, The number of electrons lost was 3. The change in oxidation number is from 0 to 3. That means 3 electrons are involved. Here 2 electrons are involved. So the number of electrons involved are not equal. So how will you make this equal? We need to multiply by common. 2 is a 6, 2 3 is a 6. So total how many electrons are involved? 6 electrons are involved. So therefore, delta Z naught equals to minus 6 into 96500 into what is the value? What is the value of E naught cell? 0.34. So since delta Z naught is the Gibbs free energy, answer will be, the unit will be joule per mole. Answer, the unit will be joule per mole. The answer will be joule per mole. Okay, so this type of question, see, either Nernst equation is going to come, or either you are supposed to find out the equilibrium constant, which you can do easily, or either this Gibbs free energy. Okay, so it can be stated in the another way also. I told you, instead of Gibbs free energy, you can be asked calculate the maximum amount of work. So delta G, okay, delta G means the maximum amount of work, or minus delta G means the maximum amount of work which can be obtained from the system. So I think these concepts are clear now.